Hi, my name is Alexis Trujillo, and I am going to talk about a place that I love too much, and this place is Chicago, Illinois. I love too much Chicago because it has the tallest buildings I have ever seen in a person. Also, I practice a sport called tower running, a sport that is not as popular as soccer in Mexico, but I love it, and it consists in running upstairs the building around the most emblematic buildings around the world. And that's why I am fanatic of the tall buildings and giant architecture of Chicago. The architecture of buildings in Chicago is taller and more luxurious than the buildings in Mexico, so it's incredible to stay there. Everywhere you look, you can see an amazing building to be contemplated. One of the disadvantages of this city is that the life is more expensive than Mexico, because the food, home, and activities are very expensive and it is not affordable for people like me. The dress and accessories that are recommended in Chicago depends in what season are you going to stay there, because you might find heat, rain, and also frost. For example, during the spring I recommend you to wear rubber shoes and rain boots, because the snow has melted away and can be slippery. Also, I recommend to use shorts and a hat. During the summer, I recommend you to wear shorts, skirts, hat, sandals, or strappy falts, and take sunscreen to protect from the heat. During autumn, I recommend you to wear sweaters, jeans, and take with you an umbrella for the rainy moments. And finally, during the winter, I recommend you to take winter gear like big jackets, thick pants, coat hats, and gloves, because Chicago can be white with snow during this season. The people from here are very diverse, because you find in some center areas are very wealthy and other areas that people are very poor. Also, it's very culturally diverse, because you can find many Latin American people, Jewish, Oriental, and other people. In the physical appearance of people from Chicago, people are like very tall people. You can find people that have the white skin, people with black skin. In general, the people from Chicago are overweight because they eat a lot of fast food. In the personality, they look like serious and hardworking because the city is clear during the office time. I think the Afro-American people are good-tempered and the white people can be also bad-tempered, and they are always in a hurry. Now I am going to talk about the tourist attractions of Chicago City. First, the most representative sculpture of Chicago is the Cloud Gate, or also named the Bean, and is the central attraction of the Millennium Park. Also in the Millennium Park you can find the Crown Fountain, Buckingham Fountain, Lurie Garden, J. Pritzker Pavilion, and the Institute of Art of Chicago. In other activities, you can go to walk in the beach in the Park District, go to the Lincoln Park Zoo, Chicago History Museum, the Museum of Science and Industry. As I say, there are a lot of tall buildings to visit, like the Aon Center Tower, Prudential Towers, Trump Tower, and Sears or Willis Tower. I went 3 weeks ago to run in the Sears Tower, and when the race ends at the top floor, you can see the amazing and fearful view with all glass infrastructure. In the places around the town, I recommend you to go to shopping and dress for less, because if you're lucky you can find clothes cheaper than in Mexico. In this department store there are a lot of formal, casual, and sports clothes. The restaurants that I recommend more is the Giordano's Pizza Palace, because I taste the Chicago pizza style, a pizza that had a lot of cheese in the center, and it had a lot of ingredients, I like the portions were huge and it had a lot of good taste. If you like the theater, I recommend you to assist the Chicago representation. You will love this musical with all your heart. Also, there are a lot of fancy supermarkets that have a lot of type of food and things to buy. Well, when I was there 3 weeks ago, I stayed in Chicago in a hostel. And there, the area wasn't very safe because near it was a drug distribution center and there were a lot of junkie black people that they caused me a lot of fear. But I stayed there because the lodging was cheap and was near the competition in the Willis Tower. Also, the hostel I had a good location because across the street it was the subway station, and near my house I had the Garfield Park, a very nice park where you can run. Also around the corner it was a fast food that had burritos with very good taste. The convenience store was down the street and I went for food when I was very hungry. Inside the hostel, the environment was different. The people were very friendly and respectful with the belongings, and the hostel I consider it was clean and calm. I put in practice my English lessons in this hostel with the other people, and I had a good time telling our experiences of life. The next year I'm going to go by plane, and I am planning to rent a car to move in the city. There are more places to visit and get amazed. Also, I'm going to do the Willis Tower competition and the LaSalle Tower competition to have more points in the ranking. I'm going to eat at new restaurants in order to taste the Chicago food. I'm going to go near the Willis Tower, but I'm not going to stay anymore in the same hostel because as I say, the area where I stayed was very unsafe. Also, I'm going to advance with my university homework in order to have more time to visit new places and not doing only homework this year. Finally, I'm going to tell you that my vacations there were very amazing, and I really had a good time in all the attractions and activities to do, and I reaffirm that I'm going to go to the next year. So I recommend you very much to assist to this city, get my recommendations of travel. You will have a good time and you will never regret. Thank you. Bye.